What's up, peeps? We're back. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benson. Thank you so much for joining us for our YouTube edition of the AEW Insider. I guess you could call this part 2 of the wrestling news of the week, since I did an extra bonus video earlier in the week. Remember, if you want to win that Bray Wyatt Firefly Funhouse ringside collectible action figure, you got to stick around to the end of the show. Well, since this is the AEW Insider, let's kick it off with a little AEW news. AEW. Now, rumors are that Sting will zipline in from the rafters, just like he used to do in WCW. He took a pretty nasty bump on Dynamite Wednesday night from Brian Cage, and the memes flooded the internet. Now he is coming from the rafters at 60 years old. I don't know. I just hope they take all precautions. We definitely do not want another Blue Blazer, aka Owen Hart situation. I reported on the Sammy Guevara and Impact situation earlier in the week. Word is that Impact is still pissed at him. Details have came out of what Guevara suggested for his Impact storyline. Guevara suggested winning the X title. One story is that he wanted to win the title and then return to AEW as having just won the title in Impact. He'd never lose it and it would go up in a tournament. Impact didn't like that idea. It is also said that he did not want to work tag team matches in Impact also. Like, what's this kid's problem? Alright, Pete, spoiler warning. Big spoiler for the AEW Women's Elimination Tournament, where the winner gets a match for the AEW Women's title. If you do not want to hear a spoiler for it, skip ahead now. 3, 2. Well, come to find out that the winner of the American women's side was leaked. Nyla Rose defeats Thunder Rosa in the finals for the USA women's side. So it will be Nyla Rose for the USA in the finals, defending whoever wins the foreign side of the tournament. On Dynamite, Kenny Omega announced that he would give Moxley a rematch for his AEW title, but he got to pick what type of match it was. Omega's choice is an exploding barbed wire match. This is going to be awesome. I don't know why he did choose it though, because that's the type of match that is right in Jon Moxley's wheelhouse. Deathmatch and barbed wire match legend Terry Funk heard about the match, and a person who runs his Twitter account tweeted what Terry Funk had to say about it. He said, "I just talked to Mr. Funk and he's doing okay. He just wanted to wish Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega the best in their upcoming exploding barbed wire match. He says the match is a good way for AEW to wake up Vince with a good kick in the ass. He wants you to know he's pulling for you." Ricky Starks was absent from Dynamite on Wednesday, and he took to Twitter to reveal why. He made multiple tweets about the situation, so here are a few. Starks said, "My place has been without power since Monday. It's Thursday. I was finally able to just get out of Texas, but the travel conditions there are a lot worse than any news is reporting on. Cell phone towers were down, which meant very limited and sporadic internet, but I did see Sting get his ass powerbombed. Ha ha ha. Hashtag AEW Dynamite." So obviously Ricky Starks does live in Texas, and he got caught up in the whole situation down there. He's lucky to get out of there, and we wish everybody else down there our best. On to WWE. Well, WWE's Elimination Chamber 2021 is scheduled to take place tomorrow, February 21st, live on the WWE Network. The show does kick off at 7 p.m. Here is the current card and my predictions for the show. We do have the United States Championship Triple Threat, which is the defending champ Bobby Lashley versus Riddle versus Keith Lee. Now, I would really like to see Riddle come out with the win. That kid is a machine and a workhorse. He's really proven himself since he came to WWE. And we all know they don't know what to do with Keith Lee. 1 week he can be dominating in a top spot, and then the next 2 weeks he's off of TV. I think Lashley will hold the belt until Mania, then lose it there or very soon after, and start going after the heavyweight title. I think it's going to be Lashley and Riddle at WrestleMania for the belt, and then Riddle will take it at that time. But right now for Elimination Chamber, I gotta go with Bobby Lashley. We also have the SmackDown Elimination Chamber, which is Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. The winner of this does get a match with Roman Reigns for his heavyweight title. Now I'm going to go with Jey Uso. only because I want to see him go against Roman. Maybe his bro will return and help him steal the win. So I'm going with Jey Uso. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Now, Bianca and Sasha will not win this match because they're going to be facing each other at WrestleMania. It makes zero sense. Baszler and Nia have had major improvements since being thrown together as a tag team. Plus, I want to see them take on Dakota Kai and Gonzalez. Raquel Gonzalez versus Nia Jax will be dope. So I'm going with Jax and Shayna. We also have the Universal Championship match, which is Roman Reigns versus the winner of the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. I don't care who wins. Even if it's Cousin Jay, nobody's going to beat Roman. Roman's going to hold that title until WrestleMania and maybe way after. So I'm going with Roman Reigns. And finally, as of right now, we do have the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match, which is the champion Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus The Miz versus Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles. I hate when they have the champion involved in a chamber match because there's a 97% chance that he's going to win and keep his belt until WrestleMania. Could Miz cash in his money in the bank and steal the belt at Elimination Chamber, making Drew McIntyre face him at WrestleMania to win it back? Who knows? But that's the way I'm thinking, so I'm going with The Miz. X205 Cruiserweight Champion Brian Kendricks has just started his job as a backstage producer for WWE. I always liked him. He's a solid wrestler and trainer. I hope he keeps his job for a very long time. Well, on NXT Wednesday night, Adam Cole cemented in stone that the Undisputed Era is now over. When the cameras went off the air, Kyle O'Reilly had a nasty seizure and he had to be carted out on a stretcher. Fan posted pics and videos of it online. Come to find out, it was all a work. It was all part of the storyline, but it looked so real that his fellow co-workers backstage thought he had a real seizure. On to some random wrestling and sporting news. Well, it seems that WWE still hold grudges like they always did. Their arm of the law reaches very far. WWE reportedly would not grant Kairi Sane permission to work an upcoming Stardom event over in Japan. Sane, who returned to Japan to be with her husband last year and to work as a WWE ambassador in that country, asked WWE if she could work the biggest show in Stardom history. It is scheduled for March 3rd at the Budokan Hall in Tokyo, but she was unable to get permission to work the event. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, she remains under contract to WWE. It was noted that Stardom left Sane's involvement up to WWE. They wanted her to work a big singles match, but also gave WWE the option of limiting her to a Legends themed Battle Royal match. So WWE was like, fuck that. You didn't want to wrestle for us. We were nice enough to keep paying you and put you as an ambassador over there in Japan. Hell no, we're not letting you wrestle for somebody else. So it's kind of fucked up, but I do agree with them. And finally, one of the co-hosts of Keeping It 100, Conan, tested positive for COVID-19. He was then hospitalized due to a serious kidney issue. It was noted that due to a 2007 kidney transplant and side effects from anti-rejection drugs, the 57-year-old Conan had been very cautious during the coronavirus pandemic because of his weakened immune system. Dave Meltzer reported that he has been released from the hospital, and we here, of course, wish him the best. Alright, peeps, well, that's it for this episode. Remember, if you want to win that Bray Wyatt Ringside Collectibles exclusive Firefly Funhouse action figure, all you have to do is stay right here on the AEW Insider on YouTube. You have to be a subscriber, so if you're not, do that. Pick any video, including this one, like, share, and comment. So go to the AEW Insider on YouTube and subscribe to our channel, pick any video, like, share, and comment, and boom, you're in the running. Once we hit 500 subs, I will be doing a drawing and sending that awesome action figure out to the winner. Remember to show us some love on all major podcasting platforms, also on Facebook and YouTube under the AEW Insider, and on Twitter under the AEW Insider 1, as in the number 1. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benson. Thank you so much for joining us for the AEW Insider. Ciao, peeps.